Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about scanning. Scanning is a process of identifying network and service related information by communicating with the target. Scanning helps in identifying IP host names, ports, services running on ports, live hosts and vulnerable services running on the target network. I will make it simple. Attackers collected a lot of information about victim by reconnaissance. Now it's time for attackers to collect advanced information about victim, which includes IP address, victim operating system, open ports and loopholes in victim network. During the network scanning process, attackers gather a list of IP addresses of computers that are live on the target network. These are some of the popular scanners used. Before we discuss about scanning, we should know about ports and port number. At first, what is a port? Imagine your computer is like a post office, sending and receiving letters to and from different addresses on the internet. Ports are like the doors or slots at the post office where specific types of letters are sent and received. Each port is used for a different type of communication. A port is a logical endpoint for communication on a computer network. Ports are identified by port numbers. They help direct incoming and outgoing data packets to the appropriate services. Imagine ports like doors on a building. Each door leads to a different room. Each door has a specific number, ranging from 0 to 65,535, which helps in directing the data to the right room. For example, port 80 leads to the room where web pages are handled, and port 25 handles emails. Ports are divided into different ranges based on their usage and allocation. They are divided as well-known ports, registered ports and dynamic or private ports. Before we start about port and scanning, we should learn about TCP communication flags. These are the TCP communication flags we are going to learn. The first flag we are going to learn is SYN, that is sync flag. SYN means synchronization. This is a first flag used by a client and server. This flag is used for connection establishment, which means when a client needs a service it will send SYN flag to server. Upon receiving sync flag, the server understands client is looking for a service. The next flag we are going to learn is ACK. ACK means acknowledgement. I hope everyone have noticed once you are sending a message in WhatsApp, a blue tick will be appearing. This indicates the message have reached and it been read by the receiver. And that is what exactly an acknowledgement is also doing. It's a receipt of successful transmission. When a client send ACK flag to server, server understands the last communication was successful. Next flag is RST, it means reset. We will reset a connection only when an error occurring. Upon receiving RST flag, the server understands the client is requesting for resetting the connection. So immediately the connection will be reset from the beginning. Now we will learn about FIN flag. FIN means finish. Finish means end of transmission. If a client send FIN flag to server, server understand it is asking for end of transmission. The next flag is URG. UR means urgent, like the meaning indicates. If a client send URG flag to server, it means that should be given more priority. The last flag we are going to discuss is PSH. It means push flag. To address a speed gap between communication, there are buffers used. These buffers are temporary storage location. PSH flag instructs the receiving device to deliver the data to the receiving application as soon as possible, rather than buffering it. Now we will discuss about what is three-way handshake. We can see, in this figure there are two machines, a client and a server. We know that client machine requests for service and server provides service to the client. Like we have discussed already, the SYN flag means hey connection request. When client sends SYN flag to server, it understands client is requesting for a connection. Upon receiving SYN flag, the server is providing requested service to client. Along service which is requested, server will attach SYN and acknowledgement flag with it. Upon receiving requested service, the client will acknowledge by sending acknowledgement flag. Like we have discussed already, acknowledgement is a confirmation of successful transmission. Now we will learn about various types of scanning techniques. The first scanning techniques, full open scan. It is also called TCP Connect scan. Attackers use TCP three-way handshake to find out victim machine's open port. Here you can see, an attacker is sending SYN flag to server. Imagine SYN flag sent to port number 22. If port 22 is open, then only server will send SYN and acknowledgement back to the attacker. Upon receiving SYN and acknowledgement, attacker understand the code is open. Now attacker will send acknowledgement flag back to the server. Now three-way handshake is completed. This is why the scanning is called TCP Connect or full open scan. Here attacker performed three-way handshake to identify open ports. Now there is an alternative case. Imagine if the port number 22 is closed. The server will not send SYN and ACK flag back to the attacker. In this case, the server will send back reset flag. Now attacker understand the port is closed. Next scanning we will discuss is half open scan. Here attacker is sending SYN flag to port number 22. If port is open, server will send sync and acknowledgement back to the attacker. Now the attacker can understand the port is open. Attacker is sending RST flag to the server now. Here attacker is resetting the connection. Here we can see the three-way handshake is not completed. That is why it is called half open scan. Suppose the port is closed. Upon receiving sync flag, the server will send reset back to the attacker. Now the attacker understand the port is closed. Next scanning is Xmas scan. Here attacker is going to send three flags together to a server. That is FIN and PSH and URG. That is finish, push and urgent. Upon receiving these three set of flags, if port is open, server will not respond to this. Now imagine the port is closed. Upon receiving these three flags, the server will send reset back to the attacker. I hope you understand about scanning. It will be more clear while we do the practical. See you in next session.